Hello, everyone. I'm Stacey Cohen, licensed professional counselor and spiritual life coach, and I'm here with Rondae Skillings, and we are here to jam. We are here literally to have an improvisational experience. And the Center for Soulful Presence is now starting from the Empath University series, What is Alive for You Right Now? And Rondae has been so generous to donate his time and show up uh, for this experience. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rondae is a very dear friend of mine, and we actually play music together, and we just have a great time. And so I wanted to share really some of the awesomeness that I get to experience on a regular basis. And I have a lot of friends that inspire me, and Rondae, you are one of these people that you inspire me so so deeply, so greatly. And I was hoping to maybe share a little bit of your awesome with the world. And I feel like we're all here to shine and to be our most truest, awesome self, our most authentic self. And you do such an amazing job at carving out the authentic path. And I get to witness that as your friend. Eternally grateful. So thank you so, so much for being here.
Thank you for those wonderful, kind words. I do so enjoy being in this position in your life as well, because you provide a mirror for, I guess, self-actualization and awesomeness. So you inspire me deeply, and I'm super glad to be here.
Yay! That is so cool. That is really cool. So what I've been posing with my friends is the question, what is alive for you right now? And maybe just before we get started, just to give a plug for Rondae, he's an amazing sound healer, um, and and words sometimes don't really encapsulate, and sometimes they can hinder really truly what someone is doing, the magic. And so uh, I want to offer an opportunity to just share a little bit about what you do, maybe a little bit about your process briefly, but ultimately, I'd love to have an experience of what it is that you do, because I think sometimes words fall short. So,
Yep, I definitely agree with you. Words do definitely fall short. That's why I don't speak a lot of them. But um, sound healing, it started for me a few years back. I wanted to find out what happens when you meditate. So I did that, and I came to a certain knowing, a peace that came across me, and I wanted to be able to share that with the world. That the what we're being fed, um, it really isn't like it really like it's not terrible. It's not a terrible place, the world. And I went looking inwardly for answers, and sound healing came to me. And basically, we're all just information, and we carry information in our energetic field everywhere we go. And depending on how we have this information arranged, it can cause like aches and pains and anxiety and pretty much every disease state that there is a diagnosis for or isn't. And hmm, I broadcast information that's in alignment with source, and it rearranges disharmonized information. Um, yeah, and I get to be sort of a tuning fork for our natural frequency, kind of get us back to where we need to be in terms of connection and well-being, and excuse me, and the pathway to self-healing.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I do.
What a beautiful encapsulation description. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to experience that. I've gone to some of your sound healings, and plus we do an improvisational music jam, and the medicine that we all get when we all get to play our resonance and help each other to reattune and align to what's happening, and a higher frequency, if you will. I feel like, so I always feel uplifted, good, like I sleep really good, either after I've gone to the sound healing, or jammed with you, like I can tell my body's happy, because it's just like, yeah, this is the field that my body needs to be in. And then hopefully tuning to that will allow me to then make choices, different choices that will continue to keep me in that same alignment, or even better, like just continuously, reaching towards life affirming choices.
Exactly. It's a higher mode of communication. Now that you mention it, whenever we do like jam, it's kind of a come as you are, and we find like this harmonious way to interact with one another that just fits just right, and it connects you to different thinking centers and feeling centers, and you get to become expressed as the you that you're meant to be.
Yeah.
So it's part of why I do what I do. And then people need to be like in a peaceful state in order for anything to happen, because we're used to being, I guess, reactive. You get this thing coming at you news-wise, and it causes you maybe panic, or it causes you to do something. But the best things are done from a peaceful state. And that's what it is. That's my mission, to transmit that peaceful state so that you then can make decisions from a heart-centered space, and know that the world is not as terrible as we were made to think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the things I share with my empath clients is that there's a difference between, reacting and responding. That they're two different things. And responding, it's like I can also be able to respond, responsible in my actions. Yeah. And the reaction is actually from the survival brain, which is either fight, flight, or freeze. These are not high intellectual, high consciousness modes of action. They can help us to survive, but doesn't help us to thrive.
Exactly.
I'm here to thrive, man. I don't know. I've done plenty of surviving in my day. I'm done with that.
Yeah, it's time to thrive.
Thank you. Yes. And I wanted to share. I met Rondae and his partner at a weekend kind of consciousness camping event, and I was 2 tents over from him and his partner Shantae. And one morning I was like, I heard something from my tent. It was like, and I was like I felt like I was in Tibet. I don't know. I was like, where the hell am I? What's going on? And then I heard the singing bowl, and I was like, died and I've gone to heaven. This is it. This is life, right? I'm so glad I went on this camping trip. And I opened up the thing, and there Rondae was with the bowl and the singing bowl, and it was doing throat singing, and I was like, this is a good day. This is a good day. And so I connected and asked if I can jam out with them, and we played for the whole weekend. We just like played music on and off. It's really great.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, defining experience. We haven't, it was our first time doing a festival at all. And then to just be able to stroll up on anybody with a musical instrument and just communicate in that way with the perfect stranger and make beautiful moments together.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something about that.
And it's cool to see like those moments of spark, you know, when like you're like, I know, like you feel it. It's like you just feel that like there's a whole new expression that hasn't happened yet that is happening now. Kind of like how I'm feeling right now. Yeah, it's exhilarating. It
Yeah.
really is. I mean, basically like creating something that didn't exist before. And
Right.
I feel like this might be a good time to start working with that, don't you?
Well, yeah,
Right? It's
yeah.
a beautiful metaphoric period of, hey, things are crumbling or allegedly, or things that we thought were working aren't. And so, well, what can we create?
You know, that is like the best medicine, creating. You get to like select the activities that you do in this body. And if they don't feel good, that's your sign right there to do stuff that does feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so thankful that you reminded me of like how we met, because of I'm doing all of these kind of activities all the time in the face of like whatever is going on, just to prove to myself, because I'm doing a project. I'm like, I'm looking at the news and I'm like, okay, this is bad stuff. I'd be scared if I believed all of that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I set out on a mission to like prove to myself that, hey, the world really isn't that bad. So then music came in and I could just like empty myself and just keep on going at whatever it is that I'm doing in that moment. And what I'm finding is like rapid evolution in those moments. And I'm like, holy smokes, if I could like get all ego with it and be like, I'm super great. But what really drove me in those moments of discovery as I'm doing music, not thinking about all the bad stuff, I'm like, holy smokes, if I can do this, everybody can do it. And I'm not suffering in these moments while all this foolishness is going on.
Right.
And it's been pretty sustained.
Right.
It's been
Right.
building and building to moments like these where it's time to share what it is that brought, well, me out of despair
Yeah.
and share it with all the beings that are able to do something similar, speak with their own
Right.
voice, discover their own talents. But we all can do it. And it's not like it appears to be. It's not one way. It's not like how the news portrays it. We
Right.
get to create our own stuff. And this is exactly what it looks like.
And when I've been talking to people about, like I'm freaking out because other people are freaking out, or I'm in pain because people are dying, and so on and so forth because of COVID, and I'm just like, um, you know, if I don't take the oxygen mask first, if I'm not fueling myself with things that support me, build me, make me feel better, then I'm not good for anybody.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna really work on bringing in joy. I'm gonna work on, or at least set the intention to be what I already am,
Yes.
and continue to expand that.
You're doing
I can't
great.
help. Thank you. So are
You're
you.
doing
So are
it. Thank you.
you. Yeah, I wanna have a good life.
Yes. And the
Is
thing that
that
with
okay? I want to have a good life, and I
who's
want to support other people doing it. But I have to support myself in order to do that. But if
because
I'm
you're
freaking out, I
yeah,
can't.
because you yourself are in charge of what makes a good life good.
Because
So
I'm
we can't
deciding
ever,
it? Okay.
yeah. What I'm finding is that we were raised to like let other people decide for us, though. These experts, like it started in school when we were kids, where we listen to this person tell us how things are, and we formulate our beliefs on like somebody else's view on stuff.
Yeah.
And we haven't yet, a lot of people haven't broken out of it, where those same kids listening to the authorities tell us what's going on in the world that we live in,
Mm-hmm.
when really we got the final say so on what I'm going to do about it, what I'm doing in this world.
You know, it's making me think when I was a kid and we had to do the Pledge of Allegiance to the
Oh,
flag. This is what I did. I totally was never pledging allegiance to that flag ever.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I was a rebel. I was like, and of course I made faces when I did it. You know I did. This is improv.
Yeah.
And
Light
now I have a
language
whole
while
new
you got your hand
reality.
on your heart.
Huh?
Light language while you got your hand on your heart.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh man, me, I took like I took kind of like the long route, I guess, because in the beginning, I, I was questioning things when I was a kid.
Did you
Like,
pledge
okay,
allegiance to the flag?
I did actually when I was a kid, I did that, and no thanks. Yeah, I did that when I was a kid. I was questioning things that we do. I'm like, okay, is this what human beings do? They do things in this manner. They go to work and after school they get this
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got a prescription for what it is, what it takes for us to be successful.
Yeah.
I took the bait. I did all of it. I've been through all levels of it, and I realized, wait a
Mm.
minute. This stuff isn't working.
Were you good at it? Were
Was I
you?
good at it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was.
Wow.
I went through all the stages. I went to school, got my
You're.
bachelor's in, uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
got my bachelor's in nursing. But while I was doing that, I was working at the warehouse at distribution center doing manual labor, and got the nice career and stuff. And then I realized that you know it's still not enough.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to meet some kind of ideal positioning that's that has the face of success, I guess, having things and whatnot. But there was something missing, and I'm now filling my cup continually on the stuff that was missing. I mean, I don't make a bunch of money or nothing, but I've been through like all the stages, what they say, what makes success. But what really makes success is your happiness in any
Mm.
given moment.
Mm.
What are you doing right now in this moment? Are you happy doing it right
Mm.
now?
Right now.
Because that like provides a reflection of like your entire life in a single moment. If you're doing something that you think you have to do but don't want to do,
Mm-hmm.
then that radiates out into like all other segments of your life, and that's what you're doing with most of your life, draining yourself when you could be
Mm.
replenishing yourself.
Mm.
Yeah, so I found this
Yes.
out kind of late in the game, but I can't unsee it now. I can't
Uh-uh.
go back
No.
to any of that.
No, thank you so much. That's so true. I remember having a conversation with my dad at one point. It's probably in my early 20s, and many moons ago. I I was like, Dad, I'm sorry, but if life is birth, taxes, and death, like I don't want it. like, this isn't my life. Like, that's not how, the prescription doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I was very bad at it. That's why I was asking if you were good at it, at doing the script, because I'm very bad at making the funk.
Right.
I'm bad at it.
That's
I
because
don't
you.
like being bad at doing things. It's for good
I
or
guess. I
better or
guess
worse,
because
but
early on in your life, you knew that it was false for you. Me, I was this blank slate. I'm like, okay, I'll do what it is that the people do. I was a sort of a loner, um, you, quiet type, but yeah, I was good at it until I decided
not so much.
it's not the thing for me now.
Yeah. And it's, I think what I'm hearing really is just that no matter how you get to that point of awareness, it could be by following or not following or kinda, and then following and then falling off, whatever. It's just that you get to it.
Yeah,
and,
many
and this
different
is
paths to the
affirmative,
same,
huh?
many different paths to the same place.
Right, right. And how we got here.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like I've kind of woven in and out, and ultimately it's still like the same answer over and over. And I needed to repeat some things a bunch for me to
Oh,
realize, hey,
yeah,
like, the approval or whatever you think you're trying to get, like, that's not whose approval you're seeking. And ultimately it's like, I'm seeking my own approval. And
exactly.
I was looking for it out there, but in actuality it was in here all along.
Yes, you gotta stop caring what it is that the others will think about you.
Right, because
Because
it
the
doesn't
minute you do
matter.
something different, yeah, the minute you do something different than what everybody else is doing, you fear like the ridicule, what others would
Yeah.
think. And that's
And
what's been like policing us for like
uh-huh, long,
decades,
long
our own
time.
selves with
And
our
I
traditions and
was
whatnot.
emotionally punished for having my own thoughts and beliefs and ways of being. Um, and so I had literally like an abreaction to, like, full expression. And so I had to really work through that in order to finally be where I am, where I'm just like, hey, what you see is what you get. Anything outside of my hula hoop is none of my business. It's, and anything, if it's inside my hula hoop, that's my business. If you're in my hula hoop and you're close enough to be in my hula hoop, oh, you're my business. Anything outside of that hula hoop, no. Bye. Goodbye. I can't.
Wow. Yeah, hearing that just reminded me of like how like when you start questioning things and finding out stuff on your own, you get kind of it's kind of isolating because everybody
Yeah.
that you know is still doing the same stuff that we all were taught to do. And it can be lonely and isolating, and you don't know like who it is that you can talk to. For a
Mm-hmm.
while there, for a few years, I went into a cocoon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
when I came out at the festival, you were there. So
Aww.
so there's more of us.
There
So if,
are. Yes.
yeah, that's
Yes.
a super relief to know, because it took courage even coming out of like my safety zone, my net, my cocoon, and to know what's on the other side. Um, firmly supported from day one that there's more like us.
There is. We're here and we're getting really powerful and we're going to take over the world. Yay! That's what I
Oh,
think. So here's what I want to invite you to. I think before we wrap it up for today, I want to offer maybe an invitation, if you wouldn't mind doing a little demo. Would you be like a
yeah,
little vocal just to understand, like, or a dig or something that you feel alive to do right now?
yeah. Let's see what this ditch might sound like on here.
Okay.
What's a didgeridoo? It's an Australian instrument. Produces a drone to take you away from your thoughts.
You may want to take the earphone out. I think the earpiece that it's not picking up.
No? Well, I got the mic here.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, I couldn't hear it very well.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully that came through.
Some of the frequencies were missing, like through the sound, but I mean, I have to say, what was interesting is I still felt it.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I literally felt the vibrations in my body. That's really cool.
Yeah, so, there's an electromagnetic response to it.
Yeah, so even though like what my ears are used to hearing from the didge, some of it was coming through, but I was feeling more of it. So that's really potent. It's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
So, so yeah, before we close, I wanted to just share that Rondae does sound healings and travels to do so, and has a really cool repertoire of stuff that he does. Pan drum, the vocal piece, the didge, and shruti box, which is also one of my faves. Jew harp or jaw harp, whichever.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. Like I'm Jewish, so it's like it's like as if it's like a thing. It's like it's not the Jewish N word. It used to be back in the day. Back in the day, that was like you Jew, like oh, yeah, exactly. It's not a thing. But anyway, so we're going to provide Rondae's contact information, and my information will be on there as well. I do spiritual life coaching and psychotherapy. So anyway, I have thoroughly enjoyed this, and I made the decision. Like I was like, I'm gonna not add new clients to my week, and I'm gonna do this instead. And this is what's alive for me right now. And yeah, I've been working really hard, going really strong, especially since COVID had hit. And so I just needed the break. And this is what is really, it's really, really uplifting me.
Yes, I'm
So
so glad you did it.
thank
So glad you're
you.
doing it.
You're amazing. I tell you this all the time, but I mean it. You're awesome. I'm so grateful that you're in my life. And I just wanted to share your awesomeness with the world. So
Oh,
mm, thank you
thank
for
you
this
so
time.
much.
This is
I'm
great.
grateful to be here with you on this journey. It's amazing.
Until next time.
uh, right. Oh, right. Enough. So you can check me out on Instagram. It's Rondae the Sound Healer, or on go zone out on my YouTube channel, Rondae the Sound Healer. Got some pretty interesting stuff on there. Help you get in touch with that peaceful part of yourself.